No, sir. In the restroom only I get the time to read the book and see my phone and WhatsApp University, Facebook University. They open in the restroom. Aram se they sit. Right, this is that place where I can sit comfortably without anybody's disturbances. No one will get disturbances. The lungs problem is there is not connected to the only to the lungs, it is connected to the colon as well. When the colon problem is there, the person who is suffering for the constipation or dysentery or diarrhea or the ulcerative colitis or anything related to the borborygmus, then you understand it is connected. Colon is not connected to the colon problem, it is connected to the pulmonary system or the lungs. When the traditional medicine says, then the Western medicine also understands this concept. We know the pulmonologist only see the related problem is connected to the lungs. Pulmonologist only lungs. The TCM says the lungs are communicating to the colon as well. When the problem is there in the lungs, treat to the colon to segregate the problem of the lungs and vice versa. So therefore, the intake of the oxygen, it goes through the mouth and then nose. The people who consume the oxygen through the mouth, not through the nose, that leads to the several diseases connected to the pulmonary system. The people today who are suffering for the respiratory distress or asthma, shortness of breath or breathlessness, so on, all are related to they are taking the oxygen through the mouth then the nose. The nose is the portal of the respiratory system. Take the oxygen through the nose, not through the mouth. The people who consume, the people who are more obese, that also they are taking through the mouth. Alimentary system, they take the injection of the food also through the mouth and oxygen also through the mouth. This is in fact is not too good. So when you take the oxygen through the nose, sir, nose everything is openings are there, God has given, but my nose are really totally it is blocked. 50% blocked, 30% blocked, 70% blocked due to the polyps, due to the deviation of the nose. Sir, how I can? Of course, this is in fact is the very difficult situation doing the surgery. If it is 90% blockage is there, better you can do the surgery, go for the ENT and then open it and then maintain for the further life. God has given you not the ears, they have given you the respiration. So many crores, trillion of respiration in your life God has written, that much you need to survive. So when you are not taking the breath properly, so that time you are diminishing your life, and God has written as a 80 years till that so many respiration, you are bringing your shortness of the respiration, the survival will be very poor. So therefore, external opening. The anal region, there is the opening is there, through that the gas is eliminated. There is the pure gas is taking, the oxygen, the energy is taking through the nasal septum. There is another gas is passing through the colon system. When the colon is passed the gas, you feel that, wow, amazing, your abdominal system is very softness, you can feel it, isn't it? When there is the accumulation of the gas or the accumulation of the oxygen that's not passing the carbon dioxide outside, or the oxygen is not entering into it, both are really difficult situations. So therefore the traditional medicine says that both are equally important. The colon problem is there, push to the lungs energy to the downwards direction, that is communicating to the colon. So for example, now the lungs, which we call as a Yuan, that is LU9 point, is the mother point pushing to the large intestine to the downwards direction. But perhaps the newcomers, they don't know where is the LU9. I say Chinese names and don't take it to your mind. But however, you mention LU9, sometimes I'll teach you for your future reference. You can understand, yes, LU9 is the beauty, is pushing to the downward direction, because that's communicating to the spleen. When the spleen is good, that is pushing to the downward direction to the colon as well. Now there is a problem in the respiratory illness. When the large intestine is not receiving the energy, that is the storage of the energy in the colon. The people says, I don't have constipation, I passes my stool normally, but he says 4 days once I passes the stool normally, but he says I don't have any constipation. They are not taken to their mind, but they are eating properly 3 times, 4 times in a day. But I told you, twice in a day passing the stool is very, very important to each and every human being. Morning 6 o'clock and evening 6 o'clock. The people who do have the constipation, then ask them to pass their stool in the morning 6 a.m. every day. Because the excessive energy is accumulated on that particular region, the constipation, free from that, perhaps 15 days they do have the problem. They shouldn't push downwards direction until they have to sit and give the signal from the brain to the colon. How the pinchers, the sexual activity also very important. When the people says erectile dysfunction, impotency, ejaculation problem, then the anal rectum muscles, you just close it, constrict it through the mind, give the signal. Only during the coitus, during the sexual intercourse, not during the sitting on the restroom, open the signals. You just give the command from the brain to open the anal openings. That's required, the internal opening that opens to the external opening to pass the stool precisely. The passing the stool, the whatever according to the naturopathy system, it says that, so whenever you sit in the restroom, the time duration takes to pass the urination a minute or 2. So that within less time of the passing the urine, the stool should passes from the evacuation. From the colon. No sir, in the restroom only I get the time to read the book and see my phone and WhatsApp university, Facebook university, they open in the restroom, aram se they sit. Right, this is that place where I can sit comfortably without anybody's disturbances. No one will get disturbances. How do you take up to the mind? Think everything positive. Then you feel that the people who are sitting, see, I'm talking somewhere but related to the concept itself, but take it this as a positive. Whenever you sit in the restroom, then give the command and signal from the stomach. From the stomach, you think that the energy is descending to the lower portion. From the lower portion, you think about, you are the medical students, then think about the small intestine. From the small intestine, is energy is pushed to the downwards direction to the cecum. From the cecum, think about that appendix. From the appendix, think about the upward direction is the ascending colon. From the ascending colon, is think that the motion stool is passing to the transverse colon. Then think the transverse colon to the, it is descending colon. From the descending colon to the sigmoid colon, yes, energy is moved, the bad energy, evil energy to the sigmoid colon. Now is the time to evacuation. If you are reading the books, seeing the phones, talking also, I have seen the people in the general public toilets, and the people are also talking over the phone. See, where are you giving the command and signal to the colon? Your mind is somewhere and you are thinking that you are sitting in that place. You wanted to pass the stool, but how does it come? But everything should give the signal from the brain. When you feel that yes, it's moving, now it has come to the transverse colon, it comes to the descending colon, so then you realize that. But don't push, by the way. If you wanted to become the piles patient, then you can push your colon. If you don't want to be, then don't push to the colon. Give the command and signal from the brain, and that giving the signal to get the peristalsis movement in the colon, and then that pinches to be taken place. From there it passes opening to be taken place through the colon system to pass the stool. So if you think in this way, the lungs also descending my chi to the colon, then thinking itself is always is good. But however, thinking everything is the medically, that means is good thinking in the restroom is not good always. Decision making and thinking, oh, I got the good idea in the restroom. People says that I'll get the idea only in the restrooms. That also not really sound. But think about to pass only the stools, not for the good ideas and decisions and judgment to be taken place in the restroom. That implementation in the life is not good or bad. I think you people can realize better than me, right? Now you understand the lungs and large intestine is combined together is the life.